We head to the crypto space now and see what's happening right there. And then we see a red board for Bitcoin, especially followed by Ethereum, a 0.18% drop in the price in the last hour, I believe, 96,416.89. And then Ethereum is also down 0.69%, 3,444.84. A bit of some greens. We see there Solana, XRP, TRX, Davax, Cardano also. But we still have, well, I guess it's a mixed Friday. We could say, well, the incoming President Trump will be sworn in a couple of days on the 20th. So we'll see what will happen in this market. They're very conscious and following that movement rather. But let's see the headlines. What's making the news in the crypto space this morning? Metaplanet CEO says if US adopts Bitcoin as its reserve, then we will have other countries like Japan following suit. I wonder if there are talks around that, perhaps with President Trump, something like that could happen. We will see. There's also the MicroStrategy Bitcoin buying spree. We know that towards the end of 2024, MicroStrategy did huge. I think about 115,000 Bitcoin is what they bought. So we'll see what that's doing to them and to the market. And then also combined stablecoin users made over $664 million as revenue, with Tether and Cycle pulling 532.10 million and 132.77. So those two firms, that's Tether and Cycle, accounted for almost all the revenue from stable coins at the end of 2024. Now let's speak to Gilbert Jopata and find out his thoughts on this. Hi, Gilbert. Good afternoon. Happy New Year. Hello, Gilbert. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I said Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025.
Yeah, wishing you same. Happy New Year to you too.
Yeah, so we see a Metaplanet CEO talking about US adopting Bitcoin as reserve. I don't know, is that news going on in the community, in the crypto community?
Okay, Bitcoin has officially become a global disruptor across investment asset classes and also becoming a strategic reserve. And when we look at Bitcoin journey from a niche down digital currency and now a potential global reserve, it is fascinating for me. And the recent statement from Metaplanet CEO predicting that if the US adopt Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, Japan would potentially do so, and other nations also will follow. And this is not just speculation, it's a reflection more of Bitcoin growing role in reshaping the financial system worldwide. And for 2024, Bitcoin was far and way the best performing asset class in 2024. And mostly the exchange traded fund actually led mostly to the widespread adoption, and Bitcoin was able to give this kind of growth despite inflation and global economic instability. And then it proved also what we've always said, that Bitcoin is a long-term hedge against inflation, which has made it attractive.
Oh, looks like we have a bit of reach there with Gilbert's network. I hope we can get him to come back. So I was just thinking to myself that is it because of the incoming swearing in of Mr. Trump that has brought this notion? We know that, of course, Mr. Donald Trump is very positive towards crypto generally. But will it be up to the extent of seeing the United States turning to Bitcoin for their reserve? And of course, if the US adopts that, well, needless to say that a whole lot of countries will also be positive towards that. I wonder what Nigeria would be doing if Nigeria would adopt something like that. But I mean, we'll wait and see. It's just a couple of, I think, 2 weeks or so. Then we'll have Mr. Donald Trump as the next president for his second term in the United States. Already we see markets and countries taking positions because of his comments on tariffs and fines and all of that. If you are a country thinking to go the way of BRICS, to de-dollarize, you know that Mr. Trump will be coming after you. So we already see countries taking position and trying to hedge around, what could happen with increased fines. China is top on that list. So would we see a presidency led by Donald Trump turning to Bitcoin for reserve? I just wonder. I wish we could have Gilbert tell us what he thinks or how he sees that going. But in the coming days, I'm sure that this will be a conversation that we'll be having here on this program, and we'll get different thoughts on that. And then, of course, the other one is we saw MicroStrategy. A lot of people have called it aggressive Bitcoin buying. That's how they ended the year 2024. And yes, Bitcoin did have a huge positive performance for the year 2024, but we see that it's in red at this time, losing some percentage of its price. We'll see how that happens in the coming days. I know that a lot of traders are anticipating the swearing in of President Donald Trump and what it will do to the market. We're also waiting and counting to that. And the market is still greedy, but like we always say, greed doesn't necessarily mean that you should take profits. It means it depends on when you got into the market. So watch out when you see greed. But it's greed, but the price is still 96. We've done better than this. We'll see what will happen in the coming days as we count down to the swearing in of President Donald Trump. And of course, we'll see what happens to the stable coins also. Unfortunately, we're unable to get back Gilbert, so we hope to get him perhaps next week. And so we'll say that's it on the program today. Thank you so much for being a part of Business Incorporated. In fact, being a part of our programs, all through 2024. And now we're starting another cycle in 2025. We promise to only get better, keep you informed, especially what has to do with your money and your economy. That's what we do here. Do have a great weekend. I'm Amy John Meko. I'll see you on Monday. God's grace. Bye-bye.